Ladies and gentlemen, now in today's video, we're going to be checking out the brand new Legend difficulty Final Boss King on Global. And Legend difficulty Final Bosses are a lot harder, require a bit more stamina, but somehow have much less rewards in comparison to regular Final Bosses. So with Final Boss King Legend, you don't have any like scoring or ranking system, you just have like the regular shop, which is a little bit gimped and nerfed as well, because you don't have the cosmetics of Final Boss King. But for the first completion, there is a little crown you get for regular king characters, and also on top of that there are like a few Hall of Fame challenges as well, so it's like clear with as much remaining health as possible, deal as much damage as possible on one enemy, and these each give you one gem, and there's like 5 of them. So yeah, if you complete all of these, it's a total of 5 gems in comparison to like the regular final boss rewards, which I think are about like 48 gems on average. So yeah, really not that great, but I thought today we'd start off with a little bit of green Derriere, Escanor, Gotha, and also red healing Liz on the back as well. And let me actually just put a bit of gear on Liz, and the requirement is 220k. So, you know, for most progressing players, this is a very, very steep CC requirement here for 5 gems and a cosmetic and all of the stuff in the store. So, you know, if you do have to miss out on this final boss, man, you ain't really missing like that much in the bigger picture of things, but it's a bit unfortunate that such a bigger challenge in comparison to other stuff has you know, very, very underwhelming rewards. It's, you know, twice as difficult with literally maybe like a quarter of the rewards in comparison to regular final bosses. So yeah, that is not a great time there. But very often find this final boss king gets like super lucky first turn and just goes double gold card and is going to use his ultimate like next turn, man, which is really, really annoying. But I think what we'll do here is let's go for the upgrade on Escanor for now, and let's chuck in the pumpkin bombs here as well. We're going to line up like a good damage play, wait for like Gotha's passive to build up a little bit as well, but next turn we are going to need to drain on Derriere. And I think we can also rush Escanor's ult next turn and probably like push phase 1 here. So yeah, should turn out quite well. But Escanor's really nice for this fight, man. Oh, but the damage is crazy, bro. Like, these numbers, if this man is top decking gold cards, and he is most of the time top decking gold cards, yeah, he definitely puts a fair dent in you. But let's slap this off. So we remove the attack buff here. And we go for a nice drain on Derriere. And then we slam him with Escanor. And then that also gives us the additional ult gauge, so we should have enough to push phase next turn. And I think as well with the Legend difficulty, if I remember, there's something on Final Boss King where moving into the final phase, I think it like resets your ult gauge down to 2 or something. But the ideal win criteria for the last phase is to, rush Escanor's ult and make sure Derriere has lower health in comparison. So yeah, if we go for this, it should be enough. And I think I'm just going to move around this card, just so I've got like a merger ready on Escanor. Because I forgot exactly how much it like resets the ult gauge by, but we should see Derriere go down to, I think, either 1 or 2 ult gauge. Just be a standard. Oh, it's a complete depletion there. Okay, I think if we go for this, what is that? That's 3 off that card plus the merger. I think that's actually enough to give us Escanor's ulti there. But sometimes, again, going into the final phase, you have like a lot of RNG that can happen on this king. So yeah, sometimes he's just going to go crazy and instantly go to ult. So yeah, Derriere is quite nice for this fight, man, because she deals a decent chunk of damage, can siphon up to her ult quite quickly. But it's mainly like the value of the drain. But yeah, he hasn't got any gold cards here, which is nice, because if he does have gold cards, he can literally just like start one-tapping characters in this phase, man. So yeah, the damage is a little bit of a threat, and again, whoever he attacks in this phase, he steals ult gauge from, so you want to make sure, and this is very important, that your Derriere has a lower max health in comparison to Escanor. So yeah, you know, remove a few pieces if what is it? Your Escanor's gear set is worse than Derriere's, but I imagine a lot of you out there probably have the one Escanor, so I imagine your Escanor set is already a little bit better in comparison to Derriere's, I would assume. But yeah, then we just chuck off the Ignite, burst that man down, and he is straight in the bin. So again, that was a really good run. We did get like a fair bit lucky there as well. Everything just worked out quite nicely. Also, if you're looking to, again, save up those additional alt gauge generation cards on Escanor, the Smashes, to make sure you have like a guaranteed plan, then you don't need to rely on RNG as much. But again, in the final phase, you can survive like a turn or two, as long as he doesn't get like super lucky and get that gold straight out of the gate. But anyway, let's change up the team and go for another run. So now I'm going to show you the Assault Mode Meliodas tactics. So we got Meli, Derriere, Esterosa, and also Red Liz on the back. So the goal is like phase 1, you use Assault Meliodas' ult, because it's going to be difficult to initially get in phase 2, and then phase 2, ideally you want to have like a couple of amplify cards ready to kind of smack him down, and also just control the ult with Derriere, but you can also use like Esther's taunt to make him attack Esther in the final phase. But yeah, he's got a little bit of a lucky start. We've got a silver and then a gold there, and we are using Derriere's commandment, which actually doesn't work in comparison to Esther's, because we don't want to screw over our melee too much. But yeah, I think we'll go for this, and then I'm just going to like move around the melee cards twice, I think, here. I thought we'd just like dump out that Derriere card. And then what have we got? Okay, we got Nice Merger on melee, means we can get his ult next turn, along with draining on Derriere as well. So yeah, I like that, man. Works out quite nicely. But ideally, if he doesn't start with like a gold card, man, then yeah, you can get a few more stacks going on. Do you want to use this card? I think so, actually. I think we'll use this here. Get a bit more damage like next turn, but we also want to try and increase the chance that we can draw these amplify cards, because the more we have for the final phase ready to burst down, the better. And here we got another drain from Derriere, which is perfect. So we can like rush ult and drain. And then we can use Derriere's ult to push phase after, which is going to be fantastic. And let's also just go for like a counter on Esther here. We'll go for a counter or slap in. Actually, I think we go for slap in instead, because this isn't quite going to kill here. Unless you get really, really lucky and get the crit on King. Okay, nice. But then we got Derriere's ult next turn, so yeah, we can easily push phase here. And then we got Esterosa's counter ready for the final phase. But we're going to take a lot of damage here, man. Oh, God, that is a crazy amount of damage. Yeah, he hurts, bro. He really does hurt. Right, let's go for this. Chuck this off, and we'll also go for dumping this card as well, I think. Maybe we should have saved Meli's ult for like another turn, because we are going to lose the buffs a turn sooner. So yeah, I think we maybe should have saved it. But let's have a look at what cards he's got going on here. Okay, that's a little bit troubling. Actually, I'm thinking here, do I just want to go for like mergers? I think he's just going to target Derriere, if I'm correct. So yeah, Derriere could get murked here, but it's not too much of a problem. And then we get like the ultimate as well, so I quite like that. And even if we can't get it this turn, we should be able to get it next turn, but he shouldn't go for melee here. Okay, he's trying to take down Esther, dude. Fair enough. Come on, Esther, you can do this, bro. Stay alive. And even if Esther dies, it's not a problem, because we got like the 3 additional buffs on melee here, even though like Liz comes down, plus like the 3 debuffs on him, so we should be able to go for this. And I think we chillin' here, man. How much? There's nothing... I think we play, like, super safe and go for the drain as well. I'm pretty confident, even if we did go for, like, that second slam, it would be enough. But there's always, like, that thing is like, what happens if we don't get the crits? Because we crit on the first one? Yeah, I think I should just full send it there, but we should be fine regardless. I didn't see any, like, downside to, I don't think there's any way Melly can die this turn. Like, Liz is getting slaughtered here, but it's not a problem. But Melly's absolutely fine. He lives to fight another turn, just like worst case scenario there. So yeah, it was the slightly safer play to go for, but even the previous one of going like double amplify, the commitment would have been enough there to get King down. But again, it is possible, I believe, from the KR version to solo this man if you get like perfect RNG with AM melee. So yeah, overall, Legend difficulty final boss King. I just wish like there were better rewards and better incentive for this fight, because that's kind of the biggest problem with Legend difficulty, is that like best case scenario, if you complete all of the additional stuff, it's like 5 gems. So yeah, it really isn't like the most exciting thing out there, man. But let me know your thoughts on the Legend difficulty, ladies and gentlemen. But if you did enjoy today's breakdown video and look at this boss on Global, please do smash that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you all very much for watching, take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.
You are not subscribed to the whale sin of spending? Who decided that? Subscribe now, or enjoy the bitter taste of regret.